It's been 20 years since my neighbor last went backpacking, so naturally I decided the best way to welcome him back was to hand him some of the lightest and most expensive backpacking gear I own. On the hike in, he'll carry my ZPacks Arc 70 while I carry the Evolve Supply Co. Space Ranger. Then on the way out, we're switching. By the end of this trip, we're going to find out which of these two packs a returning backpacker would actually choose. I'm Andrew, and this is Coast to Coast Outdoor Adventures.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Coast to Coast Outdoor Adventures. I know it's been a minute since I posted a video, and when I say a minute, I mean more like 6 months, but there's going to be a video on that coming soon to kind of explain why I haven't posted in a while, but let's just say for now, life happens. But anyway, I am out here on a section of the Arizona Trail, and one of my favorite sections that I come to when I just want to do a quick overnighter. And I am trying out the Space Ranger from Evolved Supply Co. And this is my first time using it. I bought it about 6 months ago and intended to use it like that next weekend, but didn't. And I have with me my friend who happens to be my neighbor, Brandon. Brandon, welcome to the channel.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
He used to backpack a long time ago, like 15, 20 years. Hasn't done it in a while. And so we were talking, and I'm like, let's go, man. And, you know, I said, I've got all the gear you need. I have enough gear for 5 or 6 people, probably. And so I had an idea for this video. And what we're going to do, I am packing in my Evolved Supply Co. Space Ranger. And then on tomorrow when we are hiking out of here, we're going to switch. And he's going to wear the Space Ranger. I'm going to wear what he's wearing, which is the ZPacks Arc 70. He has, you know, tent, sleeping pad, sleeping bag, all that stuff. But we're within a pound and a half of each other, so it's it's a pretty similar pack out in weight. So it should be an equal comparison to see how this pack does versus the ZPacks. And coming from someone who hasn't backpacked in quite a while, you know, I'm going to get his opinion on what really is his first time ever using ultralight backpacking gear. So thanks for watching. Glad you tuned in. Stick around. We're almost to our destination, so we're going to keep trucking, and we got about 2.5 hours before dark. So we're going to get camp set up, and then we'll run through what all we have in our packs. So catch you then. All right. We have camp set up. Got a fire going. And it's getting chilly. Brandon looked up the forecast. It's going to be low of 23.
Something like that. Pretty cold.
When I looked, it was only going to be a low of 34. So it's going to be a little bit chillier than I thought. But we got a fire. We got warm sleeping bags. We'll be good. Not a very big day today. We just did about 4 miles or so to one of my favorite campsites on the Arizona Trail that I have discovered so far. And so I just wanted to do kind of an introductory, backpacking trip, so that we could, enjoy ourselves and not kill ourselves trying to hike 8, 9, 10 miles today. And plus, we stopped into Evolved Supply Co.'s new storefront that they just moved into, and stopped by and saw Nick, and actually did an interview with him. So that's going to be in a separate video. But Evolved Supply Co., I am using the Space Ranger. I'm using it for the first time. So far, very comfortable. My pack weighs, I probably would have to guess, around 25 pounds. When I weighed it at home, it weighed 19.8, but I added another water bottle, and then some choice adult beverages. So I'm probably weighing about 25 pounds. And I think Brandon's pack and my pack are only 1.5 pounds or so difference. So it should be a pretty equal test to see how both of them do, and get my opinion, get Brandon's opinion on both packs, because he's going to use the Evolved pack hiking out tomorrow. So that'll be interesting. So initial thoughts on the pack: it's comfortable for 25 pounds. I didn't have any hot spots or any soreness in shoulders or anything. We did only hike about 4 miles, but I like the pack. It comes with hip belt pockets. I like that. Other companies make you buy them. Won't name any names. And I did have to buy a water bottle pocket, and a cell phone pocket. But even all in, I paid like $385 for the pack, and which is still a lot cheaper than my other pack, which is the pack he's using, which is the ZPacks, are called 70. All in on that pack with hip belt pockets, water bottle pocket, cell phone pocket, and added lumbar pad. I paid $640 for that pack. And it is a little lighter, but only by maybe 5 ounces than the pack I have. So, Brandon, what do you think of ZPacks backpack so far?
Overall, it was pretty comfortable. I haven't hiked or backpacked in quite some time, so the equipment's gotten a lot lighter since the last time I did it. Only thing I noticed was a little hot spot on my shoulder, but could have been over tightening on the support straps on the top. So, but other than that, it sat well. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your like I said, yours is a little lighter than mine, but not by much, like 4 or 5 ounces. And so, yeah, we are going to get this fire going again, because it's about to go out, and start to get dinner cooked. Show you what we're having for dinner here later. But right now, I'm going to grab you and take you over and walk you through what each of us is packing out in our bags. So let me do that right now. So, if you've been around to the channel, you know that I have been using this Big Agnes copper spur two. I'm sorry. Is it copper spur or is it tiger spur? It's tiger spur. Two. It weighs 2 pounds 1 ounce, I believe. And inside, I am still rocking my normal gear, which is going to be a Mountain Hardwear 20-degree bag. This is the Gore-Tex version. I have my Trekology Ultra Aloft pillow, and then under that I am rocking a Big Agnes Rapide sleeping mattress. So that is kind of new. I used to have the Nemo Tensor Elite, but it sprung a leak. So I'm trying out the Big Agnes. So that's what I got inside my pack. So this is obviously the Space Ranger from Evolve Supply Co. And inside I have my little clothes bag right here that I keep my clothes in. Forget the name of it, but I'll put a link to all the stuff in this video is going to be in a link. I am also rocking today. Going to be trying out the Evolve Supply Co. Titanium cook pot. Never used this before, so that'll be new. And then, other than that, it's just empty bags that all my gear came in, and my chair. I have two of the same chairs. These are low-cal outdoor equipment. You can buy two of them for like $70 on Amazon. They've held up pretty good. This one right here, the bungee cords inside the metal broke, so it's kind of a pain to put it together. You got to remember how it goes together. Sometimes you get it all wonky and it wants to fall over on you. But it does carry more weight. It's a little bit heavier and beefier than this one. This one only weighs 1.2 pounds. That one weighs like 1.4 or something like that. Also want to mention that we are rocking the Evolved Hoppy Lager. This is a buddy of Nick's in Phoenix that has his own brewery in Phoenix, and they partnered together to create a Evolved branded lager, and a lot of the money that comes from the sale of this actually supports the Arizona Trail Association. So, been enjoying these while we're here. It is a lager, but hoppy. What do you think of that? You like it?
It's got a hint of lemon to it.
A hint of lemon?
You know,
It's good.
it's good. Goes down smooth.
I'll put a full list of everything that I did pack for this trip in the description, as well as what Brandon is carrying with him. I'm just basically going over the main three in our packs. So this, if you've been around to the channel, is the tent that I used to use. I used it for probably 2 years. It is a Bushnell. This is an Amazon purchase, but I found it on Amazon for like $40 and just bought it. Took a chance on it. He is using the Mountain Hardwear Bishop's 0-degree down bag, and then he has a Climate sleeping pad underneath there. So I gave him the warmer sleeping bag since the pad was not as warm and didn't have the R value as mine did. So I gave him the warmer bag. And then he, like I mentioned, is using my ZPacks Arc Haul 70 And got a water filter. I chose this water filter for this trip. This was my very first water filter I ever had. First Need XL. It's an oldie, but it is a very good water filter. It's super fast at filtering water. And I like that it has a hose that you can throw out in the water, because we're having to get water from a reservoir or like a lake. And so it's not that easy to get to the water. So if you can throw a hose out, then that might be, 3 or 4 feet that you don't have to walk out into mud, essentially, to get the water. So I don't know that we'll even need water, but I brought it just in case. So yeah, the sun is about to go down. I'm going to get the drone up in the air, get some sunset shots, and get this fire going again, and get dinner started. Good morning. We are a mile in, headed back to the trailhead. We got up at 7:30 this morning, made some coffee, chilled for a little bit, and got packed up. So we've been on the trail for 30 minutes, 28 minutes, little beyond a mile in so far. And Brandon is wearing the Evolve Supply Co. Space Ranger, and now I have the Art Call 70 from ZPacks. So the first thing that Brandon noticed when he put on the Evolve Supply Co. pack was, he said, I believe these shoulder pads are thicker. There's more padding here. Then, second thing that he commented was he liked the way that it sit on his hips, and it felt like it hugged him better, and which ultimately means that it's going to be more comfortable. So we've got about 3 miles to go to get back to the Jeep, and we'll tell you what we think of each one. So see you at the Jeep. All right, guys and gals, we are back at the Jeep, and we are gonna go into Flagstaff, have pizza by the slice at Alpine's Pizza, and then I think I'm gonna go take Brandon and go climb some volcanoes in my Jeep. But I'm gonna end this video back at my house, where I'm gonna show you all of the different things that kind of separate each pack from one another. But I did want to give you kind of a conclusion and ending to this segment, like right after we got off the trail. So the ZPacks that I carried out today, I like the hip belt pockets better than the Evolved. They're bigger, you can fit more stuff in them. I like the phone pocket better on the ZPacks. It's bigger. Now, that's no ding to Evolve. I use a 16 or 17 Pro Max, so it's a bigger phone. And you know, so I think a good idea for Evolve Supply Co would be to have a two options for cell phone pockets, depending on what size phone you have. The padding on the Evolve Supply Co shoulder pads and hip belt pockets were a bit thicker, better, more comfortable. I think I carried it better than the ZPacks carried it out today. I've mentioned in previous videos I get some shoulder pain like right here with the ZPacks. I think Brandon mentioned that as well. Feeling a little bit of shoulder pain. The ZPacks is lighter. It's about a half a pound lighter than the Evolved. It's also a lot more expensive. But if you were to ask me which one I like better, having gone out this weekend, I'm gonna say I like the Evolve Supply Co better because one, I like the look of it better. I really like the gray, and then that brass buckle that he designed to be the top closure just really is something that's unique, and it looks really good, and I just really like that. And I like the fabric of the mesh stash pocket in the back better than the mesh netting on the ZPacks. It's not as big as the ZPacks stash pouch, but you know, the fabric's cooler, and I like that you can't see through it. So you know, no one, you know, that's hiking behind you can just look and see everything you got in your stash pocket, so you can't see through it. And then they have that really cool little stash pocket on the bottom of the pack too. That's really cool. So, you know, I think Nick did a really great job designing a backpack. The price point is right there in line with a lot of other ultralight backpacking brands. You know, he's right there with the Durston Gears and the Outdoor Vitals and all those type brands, you know, so his price is good. So yeah, I mean, my initial just first look at the backpack is I like it, and definitely excited to continue to use it more. Brandon, you wanna add anything about some things you noticed different about each pack?
Just the biggest thing was the way it sits on your back. For me, the Evolve Supply Co, I felt like it hugged my frame, hugged my hips, and it just sat better the whole way through the hike as opposed to the ZPacks.
Yeah,
it's a little more comfortable there.
So a little more comfortable. Probably the frame. There's aluminum frames on the Evolve, and there's carbon fiber frames on the ZPack. So you get a little bit sturdier frame. So that's probably that and the extra padding.
To me, it sat more like a traditional backpack.
Yeah.
Than the ZPacks.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, it's great to get out there. You know.
Yeah.
Technology's definitely improved over the years. So.
Yeah. I said, what do you think about this backpacking gear? And he goes, stuff's got a lot smaller and lighter since I went backpacking. I was like, yeah, it's crazy. So but yeah, it was a good weekend. I'm going to wrap this up with showing you all the differences at my house. So I'll see you over there. That may or may not be a separate video, I don't know, but we're gonna go grab some pizza and go climb a volcano. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and go check out my merch, c2coa.com. You can get this t-shirt right here. You can get shirts that have to do with off-roading, stickers, magnets, patches, hats, beanies, or toques if you're in Canada, and lots of cool stuff. So go check out c2coa.com. I'll catch you on the next one.